What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond back with my all new review of Love and Marriage DC. This is season one, part one of the reunion. I don't think we needed two parts because there wasn't much happening this season. It centered around one person. It was about Winter, but fine. So all the couples arrive at the studio getting their hair and makeup done. Carlos is doing his walkthrough to talk to the couples, let them know what's going on. Are you ready to get into some things? You ready to clear up some things, right? And automatically, when he wanted to shade Winter to get a rise out of Quick and Ashley, Ashley said, I hope she brought all of her hair. See, that's that mean girl shit. Why does it bother you so much that this woman had a shaved head? Why does that bother you? But anyway, all the couples came on stage. All the couples looked great, in my opinion. Okay, let's start off with Monique and Chris. Monique looked it amazing. I loved her sweetheart line dress with the beaded jeweled everywhere. Her lock bun was amazing. Her makeup, everything was on point. Chris looked it fabulous. I loved his classic black tux. Then we get Arena and Jamie. Arena looked gorgeous in his golden yellow dress with the exaggerated shoulder pads. Her makeup was beautiful. I love the bob with the highlighted tones. Her body, it definitely, complimented her shape. Jamie looked it great too, his floral suit and everything. Ashley looked it great as well. Loved her makeup, loved her hair. I don't know about the feather in the dress was what kind of got me out of place. And Quick did not look good. Quick looked out of place. I hated the navy blue suit. I hated the pants were too tight. It showed his ankles. I hated that. It just looked like you did not match your wife whatsoever. Okay, then we got Winter. I loved Winter's red dress, the Jessica Rabbit. I loved her shoes. Her hair was gorgeous, but I don't know if the way that the hair fell in the scene, because in the pictures it looked great, but in the scene I don't know if it fell a little bit. But all in all, I enjoyed what she looked like. And everybody is pretty much, on stage. This isn't Monique's and Chris' first time. They've done this before. So we're starting off with them. How does it feel being back on reality TV? Monique misses the filming aspect of it, And considering that she knows what comes with filming, she knows what comes with how they, conduct everything. There are times where in the scene, maybe more could have been said. I could have acted like this a little bit. And of course, people come with different conclusions as to what the scene showed them and what the scene actually meant. And she can't control it because she wasn't there. Chris definitely looked at the show as a blessing. He was able to look at all the flaws, all the things that Monique was frustrated with him about. And over the last 10 years, he never got it, but he got it now. In the beginning of filming, Monique and Chris weren't talking. They weren't in a great place. So to be filming in a not so great place, it forced them to have uncomfortable conversations. And her delivery, her tone wasn't right. And she had to be respectful of that. And yes, when you have been going through a lot and to be forced to confront your feelings, it definitely comes across as you were just so angry. Well, I kind of am. Now I'm in here filming because you can't be silent on camera. You can't. Okay, so we get to their whole montage of the Samuels, reaching 10 years in their marriage. And what more left is there? I want more than this. So Carlos talks about black men, black husbands, black fathers are the sole breadwinner, and all they were pretty much raised to do is provide the house, provide the marriage, provide the kids, and that's all you needed from me. I take care of you. I provide a good lifestyle. I'm a good husband. I'm a good father. What more do I need to do, right? And is that what you've been feeling in your marriage? Chris had his aha moment that he realized that that's what I thought for the longest. As long as I paid the bills, provide the household, take care of the kids, my wife didn't need nothing from me. But then I realized I dropped the ball. Turns out it's the emotional connection that she was needing from me that I wasn't giving her. So then, of course, throughout the Twitter, throughout the comments, people were coming at Monique to even say that the reason why she came back on reality TV was to embarrass Chris and sell the divorce, right? She said, what? Who says that? What? Well, that is so not true. And of course, she goes to this plight of, it's always critical of the woman to be judged because as black women, we are pretty much not used to expressing ourselves, or people don't take us expressing ourselves, because the only time a black woman gets recognized of her feelings is when she's crying. But if I'm voicing my concerns and I'm telling you in a stern manner, in a aggressive or a heightened tone, people want to come at us like we're aggressive, we're disrespectful, we're combative, we're negative, we're nagging, da 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 da. And it's protecting the black man of us not telling him how we're feeling. Because they say, what you coming at him for? Why are you coming at him about what you're not getting? Aren't you getting what you're getting? You in this big ass house, you got all these cars, you got all this money. What more do you need? Ain't he doing what he's supposed to do? Why are you coming at him? Because I need more than that. Having a big ass house doesn't make me happy all the time. I want an emotional connection to my husband. I want to feel more closer to him. While this is good, I need more. So people feel like we should just accept the bare minimum of what a man's supposed to provide and we supposed to be okay. No, because men don't accept the bare minimum with what women give. They want more from us. So we want more from them. Okay? So of course it's talking about how, of course, like I said, when women are crying, that's when they want to listen. But if we're talking about it in a calm manner, they say we're nagging, we're doing too much. Why are we expecting so much? Because I am. And when you're in a place where sometimes you don't express it all at once, it builds and builds, and then you come at it. Because I've been trying so many different ways to tell you what I want. You're not paying attention. Yes, when I cry, you want to pay attention. But sometimes if I want to give you a calm, clear understanding, I have to talk in a very blunt, direct tone where I'm not trying to come at you. I'm talking to you. I want you to be clear about what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So Ashley could relate to that as well because she has definitely been expressive or viewed as aggressive when she's talking to her husband, and then she compares how Quick and Chris are the breadwinners, they're the providers, and people are coming at her about what you're complaining for. Isn't he doing what he's supposed to do? But I also see the difference in what Chris and Quick are. Chris will try to understand what Monique is saying. He will try to be a much better help. Quick ain't gonna do that. Quick will always come with an excuse as to why he can't do it. Hence why you've been begging for him to spend more time, begging for him to think differently, and he hasn't done it. And I also see Ashley talking at Quick most of the time. Not talking to him, talking at him. Okay, chastising him like a little kid. So, it was the emotional side that he didn't understand, right? So then we get to Ashley and Quick segment. So knowing that he's celebrity DJ, he recently went to Jamaica and he got off the plane to host a festival, right? Now he assumed while being a celebrity DJ, people go around calling him name, getting him for his autograph. Two girls coming up towards him. He assumed that they were fans of his, but then they said, "Oh my God, girl, you was right. That is him. That is Ashley's husband." So basically, face got cracked. He wasn't known for him. He was known for being Ashley's husband. Okay? And I felt like he didn't like it. He was already a name, so he figured he would have a more of an elevated level of being on reality TV, though. But at the same time, Ashley got recognized too. People are coming at Ashley. Ashley has a whole other, limelight now. She's coming out of your shadow. She's a star of the show. Now, when they were in the dressing room and Quick told Carlos that Ashley is a star of the show, I'm going to disagree 100%. She is not the star of the show. She's the villain of the show. Winter is the star, okay? So then they go to their montage. They've been married for 13 years. And the one thing they haven't gotten right is time, okay? Because he's a DJ. He goes out, he parties, he attends festivals, hosts events, and to the point where he was overworking himself. Not carving out any time to rest, not carving out any time to be with the kids, be with his wife. Went to the doctor to figure out what his wrist was doing. He had gout. He had to wear a brace. And of course, Ashley had in her mind, you know what I'm saying? Like he's going to go back to what he was doing before, which what he did, Now the wrist problems, how are your wrists right now? He said he gave him medicine. He's been using it, but Ashley said he ain't listening though. He ain't listening. I'm like, so that problem has not gotten better. How he has not listened to his wife about carving some time to rest, cut down on him working so much, giving his rest time to heal. Okay, still not listening. Gotcha. So also learning about his history, how did he grow up? He was vulnerable. This is the first time he's ever been vulnerable. So we go back to his origins. He was told not to express himself, right? And of course the difference about when it comes to showing emotion, what could it mean? Like he feels like if I'm seeing my wife cry and I'm not crying, that means I'm not understanding. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to cry to know that that I'm emotional. You don't have to understand or not understand. You don't have to cry. to show any emotion. What I want you to do is talk about your feelings, because that's what Ashley has been saying. Crying doesn't mean you don't, crying doesn't automatically mean you have emotions. While crying is a part of it, I want you to talk about how you're feeling. Because the whole thing about how Chris confides in Monique, Chris, comforts Monique when she cries. Quick don't do that, and going back to how they grew up, they were told not to cry, they were told to suck it up. Men were looked at as being weak when they would show their emotions, right? And then how his father died when he was 18, his mom died when he was 10, he was shot. He dealt with a lot of pain in his life, and he never was taught to express those things. That's why he gives all of his props to Ashley for showing him unconditional love. Now, are you going to use the same values that you were taught to your son? He said, no, I'm giving that to Ashley, because she was the one who's teaching our son that it's okay to express himself. So their son recently signed up and tried out for the basketball team. He didn't make it. Knowing that his son was hurt, knowing that he really wanted to be a part of the team, his whole mindset was super easy to think of. Suck it up, man. It's all right. Ashley said, wait, no. Have a conversation. Don't do him like your parents did to you. Talk. Let him know it's okay to be upset. Let him know it's okay to talk about his feelings. So he went and talked to his son. He did not want to cry in front of his father. He would cry in front of his mother, but not his father, because he knows Dad really don't do crying. But then he wanted to be understanding and now finally get it. So he really pretty much allowed for his son to be in a space where he can talk about his feelings. And his son got emotional, which made Quick get emotional, but not too much where he was starting to have tears. But it led to that space of having that, that it's okay to cry too. So then, of course, Ashley and Quick got married when they were in their 20s. Do you feel like you played a part in Quick's success? Now, Quick had to answer as well as Ashley, because they both said yes, but Ashley looked at him and said, this was directed towards me, so be quiet. Now, I feel like Quick cannot help it but come in the same time when Ashley being asked a question. Like, he really does not want her to stand on her own, because he wants all the attention to be placed on him. But if it comes to a point where she's been asked a question about her own feelings alone, he wants to be in it. It's like, bro, can you not come in to get attention, please? Like, I didn't like that. Like, you already took over the her book release last episode when you wanted to do this whole long-winded speech about what you didn't do and what you've been trying to do. It's not about you. It's about Ashley, okay? And yeah, she agrees. I definitely played a part in his success. I got engaged when I was 21. My friends were in college, partying, drinking, having a good time. While my husband was developing being a great DJ, he was able to go out and have a good time. Go out and party, be with the world, be with the people. I didn't have that experience because I was automatically having a home. I had 2 children. I was a wife. And I wanted something for myself. So she was looking to go to class, right? But everybody was coming at her about who's going to watch the kids. As if she don't have a whole husband. Does she not have mom? Like, does she not have a village to help her out? But everybody's looking at her about what should she need to do. So she needs to put all of her dreams on the back burner to make sure the husband is good. And the husband is not taking the time out to give her the same thing too. So that was definitely hurtful. She developed depression after she had her son, but it hit her more when she wanted to find something for herself and she couldn't do it. So she was overcompensating with everything, her family, her friends, and there was a void missing that she did not have for herself. I was so busy being everything to everybody else, but nothing for myself. I am in the same boat with that, Ashley. I am. And Carlos asked, would you have gotten married too quick at the age you were? She said, no, I would not. I would not marry him again at the age that I was. I wish I would have lived a little bit. Do things for Ashley and maybe him later in life. So that was fine. That was the end of it. So Arena and Jamie, same thing. They go through their issues. How they made to 26 years. They went through a lot of ups and downs, and then dealing with Jamie's behavior, how he came across aggressive as a bully, and how at times she should just know better than what he wants from her, right? So the fans have been saying that, you are being perceived as controlling, aggressive, angry. How do you feel about that? He don't find him being controlling. He don't find him being angry. He just finds it being himself. Where he was taught, how he was raised, how this is who he is, right? But at the same time, you're now hearing from other people how you are. is becoming a problem. How you're treating your wife is becoming problematic. And people are telling you how you're coming across. You just want to say, well, that's just me. That's me. That's how I was raised. I don't know what you want from me. I want to accept the fact that you tend to have that type of overbearing, controlling behavior, but you're not that, but you have that energy. And you need to recognize it and figure out a way to not be like that. There's still a way for you to change that, to be a better person, you know? So then Carlos asked Arena, are you in a controlling marriage? She said in the beginning of their marriage, he was very controlling. He controlled her social life. He controlled the finances. He controlled who she would hang around with. And the only person who she couldn't hang around with was Jamie. But now, not so much. She's speaking up for herself. And she's the boss, right? Then he had to come out of his mouth to add more to embarrass her by saying, yeah, the reason why I control the finances was because she was irresponsible. Okay, she was in debt. I paid all her credit cards. I create this person that thinks she's a boss today. When I tell you everybody looked at him, looked at her, was super awkward, super uncomfortable, Carlos, this is the second time that he's done things in front of her, does things to her, and everybody don't say shit about it. First of all, you did not have to embarrass her by saying she was irresponsible with the finances. That wasn't for them to hear. How you paid all her credit cards. What the fuck were you supposed to do? You were a husband. Help her out. That's what you're supposed to do. And how you create this person that you see today. Nigga, you did not create her. She wasn't born in a lab. She was born from Jesus. Jesus created men and women, and she was born from her mother and her father. That's who created her. Okay? You had nothing to do with it. If you want to say that I played a part in developing the person that I already knew who she was, if you want to say that, then say that. Don't say I created her. Which means what? Do you own her? Does she have a chip that you created, put in her brain? Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. Does he not see how he talks? He is not aware of how he talks. And Arena was asked, do you agree that he created you? She said yes. I said, what the fuck? She gone. She gone. She's so gone. Like, do you not see how people are going to eat you up alive in the comments and on this reunion? Y'all can't blame on editing. Y'all can't blame on what they chopped and screwed. Because y'all said out your own mouths. You said you created her, and she said, I agree, he created me. Nobody can mix that up. So then we talking about how he see himself on TV. You know, that scene where they were talking about Winter. Arena getting all hyped, and she's talking. He's trying to get her to stop talking and grab her face, right? Everybody ready with the excuses, okay? He said, I wanted her to stop talking, right? I wanted her to calm down, but she was getting hyped, right? And he wanted to grab my face. That's all I was trying to do. I was trying to get her to stop talking. I said, bullshit. But apparently, like she said, when she gets in the space where she's turned up, he wanted to calm her down. And all the other couples were asked, has he ever touched you? Would any of your men have ever touched you in that way? Ashley said, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You cannot touch me. Okay? Now, it was also asked, has Jamie been abusive? Jamie didn't like that question. He said, don't hype it up, Carlos. Don't hype it up. It's not hyped up, though, Jamie. It's not. It's based off of the fans that were asking these questions. And what Carlos has to do is ask the questions the fans want to know the answer. And it's not much of hyping if that's what you've been showing on TV. So you think you and Arena both have this issue. Y'all think that you guys are hiding what you guys are not trying to project. Y'all want to project this perfection, but that's not what's oozing out. It's oozing out fake. It's oozing out we are just perfect, but we're not. We got issues. He got some aggressive tendencies, and I'm afraid to speak up for myself. That's what it's showing, okay? And no. So then, of course, all these questions the fans want to know. They talk about how Monique could have been aggressive. Ashley's been called aggressive, which she has. And these are things fans wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? Don't find it as an attack because it's not an attack. This is what they want to know based on what you've shown on television. And you're here to defend your case. So nobody's coming at you. If they say this is how you are, defend and say that's not who I am. So now we're beginning of the season. You know, Monique wanted to do a Q&A about how did Arena and Jamie reach 26 years of marriage, right? And y'all got irritated with Monique at one point. Why? He said, because when you've been with someone since you were a teenager, you go through a lot of shit, okay? And I did not want to relive the last 10 to 15 years of our marriage that could have affected us. So now we're going back to how she was caught up with having an emotional affair, having inappropriate conversations with three men. That was his top darkest moments, right? Now that having three inappropriate conversations with three men, he just could not understand and could not fathom how she would do this to me. Come to find out, it was one man that she was having this conversation with that he knew. So it's like, bro, like that was hurtful. These guys were trying to fuck my wife to the same point in time I wanted to go to jail. I want to hurt these men, you know? And I don't ever want to feel like that again. So after that, it's kind of like, oh wow, I did not know that. And it was over 12 years ago. It would be a trigger for him to bring that up. But what I want to understand is look at the beginning. And I'm happy that Arena said, okay, well, you know why that happened? Was because of what I thought he was doing. It was based off of what his behavior. Because in the beginning, when Arena and what's her name? Winter. When they met up, Arena were talking to Winter about how she felt alone. That Jamie was gone all the time. He was a party promoter. He was always gone late at night, never answering her phone calls. So her women's intuition kicked in on what he might have been doing. I said, okay, let's go into detail about that then. What was Jamie doing when he wasn't answering her phone calls? What was he doing falling asleep at a red light? Let's talk about that, okay? So they were also skipping over that and talking about the argument they had in front of their investment property, And based off of, that, do you think that Arena points you out to be controlling? He said her scenes that she has paints him out to be controlling. And I was like, how is that? It's not her, it's you. You have been painting yourself out to be controlling in a sense that this entire season. When you guys had that intuitive healer, she was crying about not having, of not, trying to be perfect because she wanted to be perfect, but she can't get to that perfection. She was crying about it, and you nudged her and said, not you didn't say, but you nudged her to pretty much tell her to stop fucking crying. What she crying for? You never validate how Arena feels with anything. You want her to just shut the fuck up and get over it. And that night that they had that argument, it transpired to the next day of filming. So she's confused, of course, as to how am I painting you a picture that you are controlling when that's exactly what happened. Okay? And at the same time, I was surprised to hear Quick say something because Quick said, hey, bro, at the end of the day, you were wrong. I'm never going to argue with Ashley in front of other people. I'm never going to do that. Even if she's in the wrong, I will never embarrass her like that. And now Jamie is like, whoa, let me ask something. So he wants to defend his case and say that there was nobody around. She said there was. And he shushed her. He said there was. He said, shh. No, there wasn't. I was like, there you go again. Cutting her off, not letting her speak because she's talking about you and you're mad about how she's talking about you because it's exactly how you are. He said, please, anybody was outside. So there was a couple people above us. I don't pay attention to what's above me. It don't matter. When we're seeing an argument, and you don't see everybody around you because you're so focused on having this argument, people are going to look. People are going to be nosy. You could see them or not. People are going to make a way to see what's going on outside, okay? And like she said, you knew who was outside. Your business partner came outside and you told him to take me back inside. So obviously he's trying to make it seem as if it's like it wasn't just me, it was her too. We were both irritated from having to come from our own events. Arena being mad coming from Ashley's event and him being mad about what happened at the club. And we both raised our voices. I'm human. It's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But like she said, yeah, the whole voice raising, I've raised my voice at you too, but this time was totally different. This was way different than the million arguments that we've had. You were really yelling at me. Then he gets back to being controlling by saying, yeah, because you know how I get when I'm mad because you didn't do what I asked you to do. I don't care how mad you get. You will not talk to me that way. You will not raise your voice at me. I will definitely tune your ass out and walk my ass back in that club and enjoy my night and talk to you later, okay? You will not know. You're not about to do that to me, okay? That's bullshit, all right? Do what I asked you to do. Nigga, bye. There could have been other ways for you to tell to me, other ways for you to get an understanding, other ways for you to know what's going on. Boy, bye. Arena, Jamie, y'all, this perception that y'all think y'all perfect, bleeding through the seams, okay? I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. Y'all supposed to, just like how it was last episode when y'all want to say y'all happy in real life. I gave fake because y'all want to come on the reunion saying how y'all good. Y'all not good. Look at y'all. Y'all having an argument that y'all never resolved. Miss me, okay? So then we get the real star of the show, which is Winter. You know, she's here. They go through Winter's confessionals, her multiple hairstyles, all of her best reads. You know what I'm saying? And she comes out on stage, looks gorgeous. She has her church fan that reads friend of the show. I loved it, okay? And that she was honored to be a part of the show. Honored to be a part, honored to be a friend. Give credit to Monique, okay? And she won't regret it. She told to Carlos earlier that day and said she won't regret. She will not regret how she came on this show. I have no regrets. I have no regrets, okay? So in the beginning, it was kind of confusing because in the beginning of the episode, beginning of the season, she said that she was a relationship coach dealing with Kevin, right? Now, hearing that, she recently was on Twitter, clarified that she's a minister and she's a life coach. She's not a relationship coach anymore. She stopped being one when she was with Kevin. And now I am a spiritual life coach and minister. Of course, Monique trying to defend her case because all she did know of Winter was she was in relationship coach field, you know? And by the time that she was invited onto the show for her podcast, she was still in it without fully knowing that she was leaving. And I got confused as to why Monique felt like she didn't know, but yes, she knew, you know? And it's like, well, if you've known her all this time, you should have asked her, girl, is you still in relationship field? That's what I thought. I was confused. Are you still in it? Girl, no. I was in it when I was with Kevin, but I'm not in it that anymore. I've actually transformed from full-time ministry and life coach. Oh, because I know you're part of ministry though, because your parents in ministry, right? Right. But I didn't. So that was the whole, it was Monique trying to solidify her point and her reason as to why she brought Winter onto the show for that original purpose. But that was it, you know? And we're going through the tweets between Ashley and Winter. Ashley called Winter a hypocrite, you know, how she's fake, you know, how you're a relationship coach, but now you're this, you're that, you're a ministry girl, good night and goodbye. But like Winter said, nobody knows my story. Nobody knows me. I'm just coming onto the show, okay? Now while I did say that though, but I feel like nobody gave me the space and the time to explain that I was a relationship coach and I transitioned from full-time ministry and life coach, okay? So why does Ashley think that Winter's a hypocrite? Because she is. Now she brings out her own prop, which is aggressive Ashley cue cards. Now it's her show. She tweeted the whole relationship coach comment after the second episode aired. And she wants to know, how are you a relationship coach, right? So it was a tweet that, you know, once you're done, how everybody's coming for her and how our relationship coach I was in the last few years. And it was a common thing. And I feel like, why is everybody so confused as to why Winter she wasn't lying. When that episode aired, she says that she did misspoke. That at that time when she answered that question, she was a relationship coach. I remember that she told in her live or in that tweet that she was a relationship coach for a few years, from 2016 2019, and that was when she met Kevin. Stopped doing it, moved to full-time ministry and life coach. How was that so hard to understand? I think because nobody gave Winter a space to learn more about her. They judged her based off of what she said and never gave her a chance to explain herself. So again, Ashley still wants to hold a grudge against Winter about how you said out of your mouth, I'm a mean girl. Why? Because I asked how your relationship coach? She said, yeah, because of your delivery. And this, like I said, the whole entire time it's been about Ashley's delivery. And Ashley's going back and forth with Winter how it doesn't matter. It does matter. Your delivery is everything. I am not about to be in a conversation with somebody who's giving me energy like they don't like me, who's giving energy that they hate me. I'm not about to talk to you. And when they go back and forth with, you know, you said that or did you not say that? Wasn't you saying that in the scene? She said, I did. I'm not going to deny that. I said I was a relationship coach at that time. I did, but I'm not that anymore. Monique had Winter in that. And I felt like this was not fair for Ashley and Monique to come to Winter with this. This was not fair at all, okay? And another back and forth and the whole thing that's not registering into Ashley's thick head. It was your delivery towards me. I did not mind the questioning. I didn't mind it. Ask all the questions that you want, but your delivery towards me, I did not like. You are well within your right to ask me questions, but if I don't like your delivery, I'm not going to talk to you. And that's where Ashley will not take accountability on. Y'all want to hold Winter's feet to the fire about where she's not taking accountability on. What about Ashley? Ashley's been mean and a bitch to Winter all season. We don't know why. From the first episode, she said she was bored. The second episode, she's all up in Winter's business. And they're calling her shy, her shaved head. What's going on with her head? She mentally fucked up. Her husband's a scammer. Her husband's a cheater. All this and that and the third. Which is bullshit, okay? Then Ashley gave an analogy about, it doesn't matter how it was delivered to you. It could have been Pizza Hut or Domino's. But at the same point in time, while the delivery is coming my way, I have the right to not like it. I have the right to not take it. So your delivery to this, Ashley, was stupid. It doesn't matter how you're approaching me. If I don't like how you're approaching me, I'm going to tell you. Because I feel like nobody has checked Ashley about how she's come across to people. Quick ain't going to say shit because he co-signs on Ashley's behavior. He follows along beside it. Just like how in the rest of this episode, he co-signed on Ashley's behavior. Okay? Then we get to how she did not receive a warm welcoming. Then the nicknames. And then, the argument she's had with the girls. And then the cabin. And then Kevin. And then let's address the gutter Barbie. Why do you call them gutter Barbies? Let me know. Because they're gutter Barbies. That's what they are. Because it came down to Ashley and Arena mentioning her ex-husband more than once. Okay? And it was right after Winter said she's heard rumors, and that's when Ashley threw it in her face, I'm repeating what you said to me. If I said to your ex-husband had 2 outside children on you, you said don't talk about him. Why? Because that's my ex-husband, and that's the father of my children. I will not talk about him in a negative manner, and you will not talk about him in a negative manner. But she said, okay, well then what the fuck is Quick? Quick is a little man that's sitting there waiting for him to come at a woman. That's who he is. A rumor that she heard does not give you the right to go way below to bring up an ex-husband that she's not with anymore, that she has moved on from, to say it wasn't my fault that your man cheated on you and had 2 children. It's like what Arena did when Arena wanted to cover the fact that her husband never cheated on her with no bitch that you know of. The whole point about how I've never been where you at. It don't fucking matter, Arena. People always want to come out and say because your man cheated on you, had 2 children, doesn't mean your husband's like mine. It don't. But a cheater is still a fucking cheater. And you bringing up her old relationship is low. Hence so why you're giving her more vindication that your gutter Barbie comment was spot on, okay? Going back and forth. Then the lunch thing. Now the lunch thing, I'm super done with the fucking lunch. Okay, so Winter was venting to Monique as a friend, talking about how the lunch went, and talking about how she felt at the same time. Monique looking lost and confused about, wait, what? Then come to find out, Monique told Winter she was going to talk to the girls about it. Winter said, okay, we don't have to. You don't have to defend me. But Monique wasn't looking to defend her. She was looking to tell the girls anyway and figure out how to come to an understanding. Not for Winter's sake, but for the group's sake. Because Monique still wants to build up the sisterhood. Oh, that's what she wants. I just saw something. So I just feel like this is so fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole conversation about the rumors. You know what I'm saying? How she explained how I've heard rumors about your husband. And this and that and the third. And it's so confusing. So the whole point about how I've never known you to be this way, I don't know for them to be this way, it pissed me off that Monique always wanted to be surprised and confused about the action between somebody as if she's never had those interactions before. Like, it made me mad when you were mad and confused about how they could be this upset or they could be this mad and get into her face, as if you did not see it happening, Monique. Why are you looking so confused? And Winter told Monique at the meetup between her and Ashley, I don't need you to defend me. But Monique never intended to defend her at all. She's never intended to defend her at all. Winter has been on the island by herself for the longest. I feel like she's doing the damnedest of being an army of one, okay? She is excelling at being an army of one, okay? So then we go into semantics, which I find was dumb. I already said that. And then I'm noticing throughout this reunion, Winter has admitted to the thing that she's done. Because she was asked, do you see how they can get the misconception of your profession? Yes, I admit that. Do you not see how you could have exaggerated the story? Yes, I thought I was talking to a friend. Yes. She said to everything. Then it came down to, how do you think that Arena was being a flip flop? Because she was. All because she asked Winter, was her and Ashley good? Were you not there at the lunch? How did you not think that we were good if we had a lunch and resolved it? So that means you want more shit to come off, or you want to act it as if I still got some shit to say about Ashley, and you will come to her and talk about Ash talking to her about me, how I'm still mad at Ashley when I'm not. And then later in the season, Arena still proved to be a flip flop. When it came down to Winter and Monique, are y'all good? Y'all good? This whole general question at Arena, you don't ask general questions. That whole, are you fucked up? Missy fucked up? That wasn't a general question. And then at the cabin, when you accepted Winter's apology, Ashley got mad at you for it. She said, oh, look at you, Miss Forgiver. She didn't want you to forgive Winter. She wanted you to still stay in the bullshit with her, and when you didn't, she was forced to figure out how to keep the bullshit going because she could not hold it on to any longer. And you know you looked as stupid for holding on to a damn nickname. Like, girl, bye. And Monique don't see the whole two-face thing, the whole flip-flopping, because you never been on Winter's side before, though, Monique. So yeah, it definitely pissed me off when it came down to Monique not realizing that Arena was playing both sides, because she didn't want to see. She wanted to keep drama going, and she wanted to throw Winter out there to be the main person for drama. Nobody else cared about everybody else's individual story. It was about Winter. So after that, it still stems from the rumors, okay? And what does she know? And Winter said, yes, she knows information about the husbands of Arena and Ashley, but she is not going to reveal it. Now, everybody got mad. See, this is what you can do. You cannot do that. You don't know nothing. For somebody to say that they don't care what nobody else have to say, they've heard rumors about themselves, it shouldn't matter what they have. Why y'all got so mad about Winter? Y'all never given Winter a chance at the beginning. You never liked her. You said everything dies in Winter. Winter doesn't exist. Then why does it matter what she has on her about your husband makes you so mad? You never liked her from the beginning. So why are you feeling as if she has something on you? To me, you're giving energy that she has something on your husband. That's what it's giving me, okay? And Quick was super agitated. He couldn't wait to go at her. And I said, oh my God, girl, no. Then Ashley goes low, like a gutter Barbie bitch that she is, saying how Winter is the lowest person she's ever met. But Winter came back and said, oh, no, I'm not. You are the lowest person I've ever met, Ashley. That's you. It's you, okay? So, she's mad I'm asking you questions. I'm not mad about you asking me questions. I feel like I don't like the way you asked it. I have that right. And it's hilarious to see Winter just completely calm in this situation, giving it right back to Arena, Ashley, and Quick, and just being completely composed in her Jessica Rabbitness. Like, I'm not about to do this with y'all. I'm not. And who's getting hyped? Arena, Quick, and Ashley. The same people who got hyped at her for what she said. And she's never gotten back with them, never gotten gutter with them. Okay? And and then of course Ashley constantly calls her a bitch. Like, why do you keep calling me out there by my name? You enjoy people calling out their names. Why you call me out my name? Like, she's never called Ashley no name, and Ashley is so quick to call somebody a bitch. And then goes back to, you call my husband a name, not a curse word, but you called him a name, DJ Fun Size. Okay, and a cheater. Okay, I never called him a cheater. I did call him Fun Size though, but it was a nickname that you laughed about, Ashley. You laughed about it more than once. You made a point at the house to make Winter known that you were calling your husband Mr. Fun Size. Anyone want some Fun Size snicker? It was hilarious to watch. I'm like, this is really stupid. We're about to go through a 50-minute reunion talking about a damn nickname that everybody laughed about. Fine. And then Quick getting extremely irritated. He really wants to go at Winter, but Ashley's holding him back. He's frustrated. And I think he said something disrespectful. And I think Chris called him and says, hey, Quick. Hey, bro, watch your tone, okay? That's the lady. You got me? Shout out to Chris for that. Because it was already frustrating for all of them to come at her, not giving her a space of understanding, because they never liked him from the beginning. And it was just
very disappointing to watch, you know. And again, Ashley, she thinks she can talk to people any type of way. She goes right back into Winter and said, keep talking about your friend who's a little ass bitch. Tell him keep my name out of his motherfucking mouth. His toothless ass out of my mouth. Okay, keep his toothless ass name out of my mouth, or something like that. She keeps talking about call him toothless. And Quick goes off and blows up. Call him a bitch. Yeah, he's a bitch. Call him up. He's a bitch. You a bitch. All that type of stuff. I'm like, bro, you got too much coming. Too much energy. This is a lady, okay? Why are you coming at her disrespectful? Like, don't play with me like that. Don't play with me. But then, of course, Winter said, you talking about my best friend? I said, guy, call him up. Call him up, okay? And again, Ashley goes low, talking about how Winter is faking the funk about being abstinent and how she is fucking her best friend for the last couple of months. I'm like, oh, wow, the rumor? Now who's bringing it out? Now who's starting a rumor? How you get mad of a rumor that was never even said? Here you go bringing up a rumor that Winter is fucking her best friend. Do you have proof of that, Ashley? You have proof of that? Like, this is so crazy how Winter hasn't said nothing, but it took for her not saying nothing for everybody to get all mad, everybody get all in their feelings. For Ashley to go gutter Barbie, talking about her ex-husband, and now talking about her best friend she's been fucking for the last 2 months. Okay, fine. But Winter said, no, let's call him. Let's call him. And then it's a lot of going back and forth. It's 2 people against 1 person, and nobody's in control of it. Carlos, where you at? When Carlos heard about this, he felt like he heard the rumor of a lifetime. I said, Carlos, stop, okay? And he keeps calling her best friend a bitch. He's a bitch. Call him because he a bitch. This and that. Now, Quick was calling the best friend a bitch, and he wasn't calling Winter a bitch, but I still feel like you directed that energy towards Winter anyway. Because Winter was by herself. Wasn't nobody on that couch with her. So you're looking directly at Winter, thinking that you're talking to the guy, but he's not there. And you're calling him a bitch. But I feel like he might have let off calling Winter a bitch too, but want to say he only called the man a bitch. Because that's what Quick gives me. The fact how Quick has so much energy towards a woman, but he did not give that same smoke towards Kevin when he shushed Ashley. It's crazy to me. So that was towards the end of the episode, y'all. That's all I have. But next episode is the part 2, and Monique gonna have the audacity to look at Winter and say, it's all you. You started the drama. I beg your pardon, Monique. She didn't start the drama. She was the drama. Not started, she was it. You kept Winter around because she brought the drama. You used the conversation that she had with you, thinking that she's vented to a friend to bring up drama. Now the second time that you guys were around, you kept the drama going, Monique. That was you. Oh, I can't wait for next episodes. I really feel like Monique is not going to be able to live through this shit. Trying to live through her not so good days on RHOP. It's going to be hard for her to live this down. But y'all, that's all I have. Please stay until next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.